Here at ChefSteps, our mission has always been simple, to make you a smarter cook. Today, we'll be revisiting some of our most popular recipes of all time, applying new school insights to old school ideas. How many knives am I going to use in this video? Classic recipes revisited, and that's what makes the confit byaldi so special. Don't say I didn't tell you. Just took me 10 years. Let's get cooking. Nine years ago, I shipped a video to YouTube called Pixar-Style Ratatouille. It's our most viewed video ever on ChefSteps, with today over 12 million views. Ratatouille is a very classic French dish from Provence. It was refined and made famous in the 70s by a French chef and then by an American chef, Thomas Keller. And you probably first heard of it from the movie Ratatouille. It's been 9 years, so I want to share some new insights, techniques, and some interesting things that you might not know about ratatouille and this technique specifically. Let's get into it. So we are going to talk about ratatouille. A lot of you guys know that dish. Probably for the first time you heard of it from the movie Ratatouille. Traditionally, tell that right off the bat. Kind of stewed or sautéed eggplant, zucchini. We're calling it ratatouille, but we're actually making a confit byaldi. And I learned how to make that dish in France, and then actually made confit byaldi very similar to this when I ran this restaurant, Mistral, here in Seattle. So we're calling the video ratatouille, but ratatouille is really like a chopped up, stewed version of the dish that's been around for hundreds of years in the countryside in Provence. So there's two parts, the sauce and the beautiful topping. I say there's two parts, but there's more than two parts. First, we're gonna blanch these tomatoes. Pot of water, coming up! Crank that sucker up on high. So this looks like a lot of work, but say in a 3-star restaurant in France, they might even go a step further, and you cut tomato petals that are peeled, and you cut rings or petals out of the bell peppers as well after you blanch them. And then we're blanching with water here, 45 seconds. That sounds like a long time to me. If you have a raging pot of water, it probably only take 15 seconds, 20 seconds, depending on the ripeness. But you can also use a blowtorch. You can also dip them in liquid nitrogen these days. But first, you get the tough skin off. How many knives am I gonna use in this video? I think I'm seeing 3 or 4 different knives. Don't ask why, it's just because I like knives. You don't need a bunch of knives. You don't even need a fancy knife for this video or for this recipe. You just need one really good slicing knife, and that's it. But the rest of them, I'm gonna use a mandolin. You just go to town. So I'm gonna go about that thick. That's not 2 millimeters thick, by the way. It's probably 3/4 millimeter or 1 millimeter. It's quite a bit thinner. That's one of the beauties of using a mandolin. When the video first came out, I remember people getting upset about it, backlash, if that's dangerous, not everybody should use one, you know, you should have a disclaimer. Chopped off the tip of my finger using the mandolin while trying to make this today. And we followed up with how to use a mandolin video, probably 3 different ways after this. Because mandolins are very efficient at slicing things as long as you keep your fingers out of the blade. Ends, I'm just gonna throw in this bowl here for the sauce. So this stuff, you'll see, obviously I'm not stressing about it like with a mandolin, how perfect, because this is just gonna get cooked down and pureed, right? I think I'd mostly do all this stuff the same today. I think the things we're not talking about in this video though was slicing your vegetables, using the best part of those vegetables for the shingles. All the scraps get used in this stew here, which becomes that kind of saucy part of the whole ratatouille or confit byaldi. And this goes to the stove. Ratatouille or confit byaldi, both of these are kind of springtime, early summer dishes. From my perspective, it's a brighter, lighter dish. And this is where you'd want to saute all these items. And you just want to cook until it's light and jammy or translucent, nice and slow. You don't want to brown or sear or roast. And this is one of my favorite things. You'll see I cook all the vegetables, and then I add raw herbs to the blender. That's like a totally cuisine nouveau thing from the 70s in France and here in the States. There's just no reason to cook a bunch of herbs like, say, rosemary. It's so bright and light. Fresh and raw. So this goes in the blender, you blend it all up in a nice smooth puree. And there's a lot of comments at the end of this video that were asked early on and even in the millions of views since about that brown stuff I drizzled at the end. That's just a really, really, really nice balsamic, and I'm doing that for acid. So even when I'm making this sauce, you want to season it and make it taste really nice and light and bright. So now we're gonna assemble. And you don't want too much sauce here. You almost just want enough. So watching this makes me want to eat more. Just like nice, delicate pizza. That's it.
You can see I have a little mise en place here. That's classic ChefSteps. I still feel pretty strongly at home. If you're gonna have a relaxing, creative time cooking, you should do a little mise en place. So you got your dish here with the sauce, and then you have a tray of shingles. You'll see I've got tomato, 2 types of zucchini, and eggplant. I just did this combination for you to make it easier for you to get these really nice, beautiful shingles. And that's just part of the way I think with helping you have a better time cooking. Meaning the bell peppers and the onions that don't lend themselves to a nice disc or ring, that goes into sauce. So you have all the flavors of it, but the things that are nice and round that you can make into shingles, we make into shingles. The things that don't, I pure on and put them in the sauce. I don't remember why I did the round pan. Maybe because it's pretty, but at home or even in service or restaurant, I would do 9x13 baking dish or cake dish, probably that's square edges. Same thing, sauce, and I'd go rows, 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, 5 rows, whatever you need to do. And it'll still bake nice and even, and that helps you plate up or portion later a lot easier too. Because this round thing looks pretty, but it's kind of hard to take portions out of later. And this guy, top with lid of parchment paper. That's called a cartouche. It's just a way to have a lid that sits right on top of the food. And there's a lot of versions of dishes where you would want to know how to cut a cartouche. You take your piece of paper, fold it in half, you aim that center right here, whoop, boink, to the middle of the dish. Then you cut the little tip of the corner, that point is gonna be the middle, and then you cut the end at the radius of whatever dish you're cooking with. And that's gonna help you have a longer, more moist, even cook, and makes it really tender and delicious. Because if you don't, all these little shingles dry out, get crispy, they'll warp, the skin gets tough. Actually a really critical part, I'd say, but it's quite simple. 90 minutes sounds like a long time, and you'll see 300 isn't very hot. We're really trying to simmer all these beautiful flavors in their own juices very, very slowly. So we're not browning or roasting or caramelizing, but it's just getting jammier and jammier and jammier. And that's what makes a confit byaldi so special. But we're not really telling you in this old video. I'm telling you now, so don't say I didn't tell you. Just took me 10 years. Woo! Look how different the kitchen is. I'm sitting right here in the same spot at the same table. 9, 10 years later, it's coming on 15 years now. This is dangerous, I can't see. That looks good. Okay, this part is the really Pixar Ratatouille Thomas Keller part. And that's this little ring mold and the shingles, and then Remy drizzles his finishing touches on it. This is actually a little tricky to plate up. And then if you watch the Thomas Keller version, you actually are cooking in ring mold so it looks perfect. And then in the movie, they use software so the shingles are perfect. So don't get on me about that.
That's beautiful. Wouldn't that just be like the best footage in the world? We're just like shooting all day, and all of a sudden like my thumb chunk goes like this and it's sitting there. We need to get like Hollywood props, man. Bring more theater here.
Hollywood props and more theater. I didn't nick my finger at all making that. You can use a mandolin too. And if you ever watch this with your kids, it's fun to actually make this, put it in when the movie starts, and then take it out and serve it up when the movie gets to that final scene. It's a really nice experience. Every time we make a video, we get comments, you know, some nice ones, helpful ones, mean ones, and we don't always answer them, but let's try to answer some today because it's been a while. Bro, you need to salt your slices of vegetables a little. Otherwise, the whole dish ends up bland. I appreciate that note, you know, take that into consideration. The biggest amount of salt I've ever seen in a dish, that's comments, you know. Chef looks tastier than the dish, I'm assuming. Thank you, but that's 4 years ago, you know. What's the type of paper on the top when you bake? I'm gonna read them exactly. What's the type of paper on the top when you bake? That's fine. It's parchment paper, baking paper, you could use wax paper, but it's parchment paper, you know? At P1 5 years ago. Can I use cucumber for a zucchini alternative? Sure, I hope that helps. That's our Pixar Ratatouille revisited, lots of new insights. Don't forget to go to chefsteps.com if you want the full technique, and there's even more inspirations and techniques that we've added to that page in the last 9 years. Check it out, see you there.
Subscribe to our channel and visit chefsteps.com for more tips, recipes, guides, and tools to help you level up in the kitchen.